The future of meat. Lab-grown and plant-based alternatives. Meat, it's a staple of diets worldwide. But what if I told you that the meat industry is on the verge of a revolution? Lab-grown meat and plant-based alternatives are shaking up the $1.4 trillion global meat market. Are we looking at the future of food? Let's dive in. 1. The rise of plant-based meat. Let's start with plant-based meat. Companies like Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods have changed the game. Unlike old-school veggie patties, these products are designed to taste, look, and even bleed like real meat. The plant-based Beyond Meat went public in 2019, and its stock surged 163% on the first day, one of the biggest IPO pops in history. Impossible Foods raised over $2 billion in funding and partnered with brands like Burger King for the Impossible Whopper. The plant-based meat market was worth $7.9 billion in 2022 and is projected to hit $24.8 billion by 2030. That's a growth rate of nearly 15% per year. And why? Because consumers want healthier, more sustainable options. Producing a Beyond Burger uses 99% less water, 93% less land, and creates 90% fewer emissions than a beef burger. That's huge for the planet. 2. The rise of lab-grown meat. But what about real meat without the slaughter? That's where lab-grown meat, also called cultured meat, comes in. What is lab-grown meat? Scientists take a small sample of animal cells and grow them in a bioreactor like how beer is brewed. The result? Real meat, but without factory farming, deforestation, or animal cruelty. Industry growth and key players. The lab-grown meat industry was valued at $247 million in 2022 and is expected to reach $1.99 billion by 2035. Upside Foods, Eat Just, and Mosa Meat are leading the charge, with companies raising over $2 billion in funding. In 2023, the US and Singapore approved lab-grown chicken for sale, marking the start of a new era. We're talking about real meat with up to 96% lower carbon emissions. Imagine a world where you can eat a steak with zero guilt. Challenges and the future. Of course, there are challenges. Plant-based meat still costs more than beef, and some consumers find the taste, well, not quite the same. And lab-grown meat? It's still expensive, around $10 per burger, but prices are dropping fast. What's next? Host, experts predict that by 2030, plant-based meat could make up 10% of the global meat market, and by 2040, over 60% of the meat we eat could be plant-based or lab-grown. So, what do you think? Would you ditch traditional meat for a plant-based or lab-grown alternative? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more future food insights. See you next time.